Hello everyone and welcome back to Packs and Recreation, and today we continue the bundle saga in the present. So instead of going back to the past, which we're going, don't worry, we are going to open a bundle from Modern Horizons 3, which is the latest and technically most expensive normal bundle up to date. There is another bundle, which is the gift bundle, that we are likely, if everything goes okay with the local game store, we're also going to crack, and therefore that will be the next present booster, and then we go back to the past until Assassin's Creed come, and then we go back to the present again. It's very difficult to do this series because ideally we will do it from 1 to 100 instead of from 100 to 1, right? So we're doing it in reverse order, but there is a reason why we can do it in natural order, and the reason is everything that is at the beginning, so the original fat packs and so on, those are very difficult to get and very expensive as well. So it is what it is. So we need to keep going back and forth. I guess we will start including like a timeline that will look like the Dragon Ball Z timeline, like future Trunks comes here and then we go back and then it happens again and then we go back, because otherwise it's very difficult for someone to, realize what are we looking at, or like we'll do like a bingo or something. I don't know, we will do something. So Modern Horizons 3 bundle. Why is it so expensive? Because the boosters from Modern Horizons 3 are expensive. It comes with 9 boosters, a Janny on the box, and your new forever favorites. Modern Horizons 3 brings a heaping helping of exciting new cards to Modern. Although, Commander and blah, 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 everyone complains about the same. So, 15 traditional foils and 15 regular basic lands. So, apparently some of them are full art, some of them are not. So, cool, right there off the bat. A alt card that is basically power balance. The box, that doesn't look that bad, to be honest. Although I would have preferred the art from the pre-release, link here. And the 9 boosters that we're used to, and an oversized spin down counter that in the box looks pretty nice. So let's see. And always, of course, sorry, we can't forget about these people, 2 reference cards. So let's see. I wish that the bundles also had some text, because the pre-release has some text in here, and the pre-cons also have some text in there. And it's only the bundle that doesn't. And as a person that really enjoys bundles, I take offense. So nothing much here besides a very expensive cardboard container. And then the insert or the flyer is, I was about to say the 5 planeswalkers that are featured from each color, but I am not that sure of who this person is. So I'm not sure if... And technically this is Sorin. Technically. And so Tamiyo, Sorin, Ajani, and I don't remember. So sucks to be me. I'm not that big of a fan. Oh, there you go. Thank you for that. Well, I could have just, flipped this before and not look bad in the video saying like, well, I don't know those planeswalkers. So those are Ral Zarek. So Ral and his partner Elias. You know who is Elias? So went from rags to Ravnican riches under the patronage. So there you go. Nicol Bolas, blah, 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 and Grist. Each enemy devoured by Grist creates a stronger swarm. I never saw Grist, but is Grist a planeswalker? Yeah, perhaps the spark she uses to travel from world to world. Yeah, sorry, I didn't know this one. This one I was familiar with. This one's obviously. So basically, yeah. Apparently this is red, even though this is the bluest image ever. But yeah, okay, not bad. Nice insert. At least this one tries to teach you some lore from Magic and be like, these are the main characters of Modern Horizons 3. And even though this is something in the past, and the whole Emrakul, the Eldrazi thing, is in the present in terms of timeline, but whatever, I digress. So this is the box. Not bad. I have mixed feelings because the lightning on a Janny, and then the lines, but whatever. The lightning on a Janny is correct, right? But at the same time is very hard to not look at this image and think, not AI, I'm going to be cruel, but all those Pokemon accessories that I complain about from Ultra Pro, that I always say that it looks like they just grab the PNG of the Pokemon and just paste them all over the thing. Ajani really looks like it's a different PNG, and it just happens to be in this background, which, you know, I know is unfair to the artist or whatever, but it feels like that. I'm sorry. So this is the new type of bundle divider, which if you follow the channel, you're already used to, which is kind of smart because it's very resourceful, right? A single piece, the piece that holds the height of the thing together, is also the divider. Now, the problem with this is that even though we get the same tokens and the dividers and so on, and everything is very Ajani theme. I know that a lot of people like Ajani, but it's like, is he like that popular? I mean, I thought it was like Jace, Chandra, Nisa. Well, I guess Ajani is part of those Avengers, so I guess, yeah, and they just brought it back because Ajani is dead, so. And this thing smells very weird. Yeah, it smells like Christmas decorations. Ugh. I mean, or not, depends on whether you like the smell of Christmas decorations. You know what I mean? When you store the Christmas tree, the plastic one, you don't store like the real one. Like when you store like the plastic Christmas tree and some other decorations, and they always smell like, I don't know, old or something. I don't know how to, like, it smells like that. Ugh. And this thing is new. Ugh, wizards, come on. I guess it's like recycled ink or something. Yeah, so a bunch of +1/+1 counters. Ajani and his brother, if I recall correctly. This one is done by Chris Rallis, and this one I think as well. Yeah, Chris Rallis. Okay, and I guess this one is also Chris Rallis, maybe, or everyone just really knows how to draw Ajani. But well, maybe it wasn't the same. Well, I'm not going to play the guess game. Maybe it was the same artist. Maybe it wasn't. I don't know. It's not. It doesn't say anywhere who the artist for the box is. Now, this one is Chris Rallis, but it doesn't say like artist for the box. Well, actually, oh, Magali Villeneuve is here. Nice, the one that did Tamiyo. Okay, nice. Cool. You know, you watch too many heuristic studies videos when you start to recognize the artists. So, box art by someone, Wisnu, yeah. Wisnu Tan. I guess it's this art. So it's not the same person, which I guess it was too much Ajani for a single person, but yeah. So sorry, I just love cardboard. That's what this channel is about. So the 9 boosters, the stocks, baby, and the super mega important reference cards. I use this as dividers sometimes and stuff like that, you know, it's like no one gives a rat's ass about this. So there is this and the lands. So let me open these. You have a die as well. Oh, the die is cool. Although it's a lot, I think that it shows on camera, is a lot greener than it looked like on the picture. In the picture, I don't know what to tell you, but certainly the light was hitting on it and it was like, oh, it's blue to black, I guess. Here, it's just black. Like it's greenish black, you know, maybe if I can get a light. Okay, it's that green, but I need to get a light to show you. Give me a second. So, see? Green. And that's cool. So in camera, it doesn't look, because, you know, directly, you have to really hit it. So I'm using a phone, as you can, but, see, green, very nice green. Sorry for flashing you, but it's the best way. See, it's that type of, okay, it's nice. Although, not gonna lie, in the picture looks more like a green aquamarine kind of thing. But yeah, now that I see that it's green, it's like, okay, that's the color, I guess. So now, the box. So we lost the little box dividers, which is a shame. Like, Wizards, like when we opened the pre-release for this, I said, and I stand by those words. Like, I stand by those words that I love it whenever you guys switch things a little bit. But normally, when you do it for smarter designs or more like different shapes or something, but when you just change it to remove stuff, in this case, you remove the cup, and it's like, yeah, maybe if we do like a survey, like no one cared about the cup. I call it cup, you know, the square divider that was inside. Maybe no one cared about it. I certainly did care about it. At least it was useful for a lot of things, with dies among them. But now, And I think that this is very smart because you're killing 2 birds with 1 stone. I don't have my cup anymore. Give me back my cup. Come on. Like, what is this? So, let's see. This is the bundle saga, guys. So if I don't comment the little bundle things, what are we doing, right? Why are we still here just to suffer? So power balance is the promo. And the problem with promos is that sometimes promos are actually pretty good. Ooh, look at the static. The thing is dancing on its own. Cool. That's the power of gloves and static. The thing with promos is that even if the promo is very good, since it is a promo and you can just get it by buying the bundle, it is never that expensive. So it's whatever. In this case, it's an enchantment that costs 2 red and says, whenever an opponent casts a spell, you may reveal the top card of your library. If you do, you may cast that card without paying its mana cost, if the 2 spells have the same mana value. I will word this different. I will put like, if you do, pull the top card, like if the 2, like I would put the conditional first, like if both have the same mana value, you can cast it without paying its mana cost, because otherwise this looks like kind of mean, like, oh, if you do cast it, if they have the same value, which is kind of weird. So plains, nice, with Ulamog, I think, just going through the fields. Kozilek, I think, in the back, not sure. Black, well, obviously Emrakul, because hashtag I don't have favorites, but I do have favorites. This is Ulamog again, I think, and this is Kozilek. So two, and then, well, Emrakul already has like the box art and all that, and it's very prominent compared to the others, which is like, you know, small, big, small, which also, I think it's related to the size of them. Like Emrakul apparently is the biggest crazy one. The planes, which are from different planes, so I think this is Phyrexia, new Phyrexia. Not sure. But I love when lands have like an ongoing theme. In this case, it's not the case, but I love it, like, because this is just like very nice looking things. I love it when they are like the shape of the symbol, or when they like on Phyrexia will be one that it was like all of them have like the Phyrexian symbol somewhere, right? That kind of thing. I just really like those. These ones are cool. Like, don't get me wrong, these are pretty, but this is what it is. And then the same, but in non-foil, which is okay. Like, you get literally one of each, which, you know, can't ask for more, I guess. So there is that. And now let's start the booster party. So booster number 1. And this also brings like a open question, right? Which is, when you open this, okay, so colorless, which goes first. When you open these packs, and like, let's be honest, this is one thing that sometimes I think, like, because sometimes, believe it or not, I open packs outside of camera, which you may be thinking that's an unwise decision. I mean, if you have the channel, just open them in front of the camera. But sometimes, like, for example, when I go to a pre-release or something, you can't, right? It is what it is. Like, you gotta play, like, I don't get to pull the camera and be like, hey guys, welcome to this live stream of the pre-release. It's like, no. So, static prison. So one thing that I want to, like, you know, open question is, how do you crack boosters? Because obviously, since we're doing it on channel and like I am here podcasting on my own, sometimes I comment on the card, sometimes I comment on something else, sometimes I go on a tangent on why Batman is the greatest superhero ever, that sort of thing. Ooh, Archway of Innovation. Archway enters tapped unless you control an island. Okay. Gives you 1 blue, and if you pay 1 blue and tap, the next spell you cast this turn has Improvise. Your artifacts can help. Okay. I don't know how much this thing costs, but in blue, this is very useful. And then Evolution Witness in foil, and Phyrexian Germ, that is also a energy reserve. Okay. Like, how do you guys open packs in your day-to-day, like in your private life? Because let's use this as an example. Sadly, for better or worse, I am so into Magic and all that stuff that A lot of times I just know the cards just by doing this. Like I don't need to read them again. Sometimes I need to recheck them, but I kind of know the cards. So, for example, in this one, I guess spoilers. But instead of going like, oh, okay, and putting them and talk about stuff, I just go like, okay, and then there you go, White Orchid Phantom, cool, nice, foil, okay, cool, and then, and that's it. Which is kind of a shame, but that's also how the cards like. At Wizards, we can insult them all we want, which please don't, they are people, but they have design techniques for a lot of things, and part of the masterful design of Magic is precisely this, that you just see the set symbol and the rarity just by doing this, which is like the game is perfected to feed your gambling addiction. Like if you really want to like open the booster, smell the cards, be like, oh, Propagator drawn, it has Devoid. Like if you know the cards, because you watch spoilers and all that, maybe you watch the card in person and go like, oh, okay, cool. Which I also think is a thing, like opening Magic packs. And this applies to all games, I think, but I think that the most aggressive one is Magic because of all the things that are like around the spoilers and some channels getting specific spoilers and all that stuff. A lot of times it just feels like before the set is released, we already know everything about the set, and we already know how to play, which cards are the best cards, what cards are the worst cards, and no one cares about anything, and it's just like, okay, these are the most valuable, this is the one that I need for my commander deck, let's go next. And sometimes I think like, sometimes I get sentimental, I guess, and sometimes I get to think like, how long it takes for the team at Wizards to develop these things, and then but like both visually, mechanically. Like Modern Horizons 3 is the first set in which maybe I get the name of that lady wrong, but I hope not. I think she's called Carmen. Maybe I could go check instead of being a podcaster. Well, give me a second. Once I finish this post, I will go double check the name of the lady. But basically, I think it's Carmen something. Her last name is difficult for me to remember. Like no shame, it's just complicated. White of the Reliquary. Okay, Vigilance. White of the Reliquary gets +1/+1 for each creature in your graveyard, which is not bad. Tap, sacrifice another creature, search your library for a land card, put it into the battlefield with tap, then shuffle. Okay, not bad. Ooh, a foil on Fathomable Truths, which is a beautiful card. It can be just like whatever card, but it's beautiful. And an art card that is actually very beautiful. So let me check the name of that person. 1 second. And we're back. So jump cut right there. So yeah, the lady's name is Carmen. So it's Carmen Clomparens. So she worked with the professor. Now she works at Wizards of the Coast. And I remember that she was at the channel, and because no secret that I watched the professor. Like, where else do I got the inspiration to the videos? Like, fun fact also, like the professor just made 1 million subscribers. I think he deserves every single one of them. I am certainly at least 3 of them. And I was subscribed just with my personal account. And then when he was like, oh, I'm almost reaching the 1 million, I was like, okay, let me use the other accounts as well. Hashtag not proud, hashtag proud. But the thing is, the prof is the one that got me into Magic the Gathering, actually. I was like, I don't know, which, do we have to be thankful of the prof, or we should hate him? Like, if you had a person that gets you into drugs recurrently, or gets you back into drugs, like, what will be our relationship with that person? So, Spice Master's Vault. Okay. Enters battlefield tap and lets you control some, so it's the same cycle. It gives you 1 colorless, and a tap and 1 black. Target creature you control connives X, where X is the number of creatures that died this turn. I think that the blue is the most powerful one. Fetid Gargantua, and a foil land, not bad, and a Cat Warrior. That is also an ad, because thank you, Wizards. So, long story short, the prof has 1 million subs. I've been following the prof for like, I don't know, since I started playing Magic again, and even before I played Magic, the first time I picked Magic in my young adulthood, kind of, was because of a prof video. I don't remember what, and then I started watching videos, and I was like, you know what? Okay, yeah, let's try this thing again, because as I said multiple times in this channel, I actually started with the other games, the kids games, which like Yu-Gi-Oh. Yu-Gi-Oh was my first trading card game, and I still love Yu-Gi-Oh to this day. It's confusing, but I still love it. It's like I don't know, your drunk uncle at Christmas. Like, you love him, but god damn, is it difficult to deal with. Same with Yu-Gi. It's like, I love Yu-Gi with a passion, but god damn, every time I need to pick it up to play and catch up again. Ooh, Orim's Chant. For 1 white, it has kicker 1 white, and then target player can't cast spells this turn. If this spell was kicked, creatures can attack this turn. Not bad. Not bad at all. Ooh, Shield Gengar. Talking about Pokemon TCG, right? So Shield Gengar, Sire of Famine. Oh, this is the one that I saw the Magic historian analyzing the spoiler. There's like a demon on a throne of angel wings, which is like the most metal badass art ever. It's like crazy. Then I mean, the card is good. There's like, can be a nice commander, but I mean the art is badass. Like, beyond, like, the concept and the execution is just amazing. Reckless Pyro Surfer, and it'll address this pawn. There's also energy reserve. So yeah, and I remember Carmen being with the prof. So all this to say, I remember Carmen being with the prof, and then she stopped appearing, and then she appeared again like sometime later. And they were like, oh yeah, because you work at Wizards. And I was like, does she? Well, I mean, that explains her crazy deck building skills and all that. And it's like, well, she didn't. She started, and I don't know how you apply to Wizards and all that, but she has the skills. So now, after this set released, she said in a video that, the first thing she asked to join was Modern Horizons 3. And I remember she saying, or the prof saying, that she worked at Magic at Wizards for a long time. So yeah, they designed like 2 years in advance, 3 years in advance or something like that. So it's not a secret or anything. But all this to say, like, all this work from people like her to design, to like play test, all that stuff. And the artists doing the like, the art pieces and iterating on top, because they need to be like consistent with each other, like visually and all that. Ooh, another one for the cycle, right? Like enter stab unless you control the same. Not bad. Cyclops Superconductor, the most EZ card ever in terms of visuals. And it takes so much time to design all these things and to do all these things. And because of the machine that actually allows these people to work on it, because it's a business after all, I don't feel like we enjoy it. That's why I like so much like the videos from Ristic Studies and Spice-Eyed Rack and all those guys that really understand a lot more about Magic than I do, and they really have this passion for more than just like, oh, the card is like $20, right? Not that the prof doesn't have it, the prof also has it, but the prof is like the general studies professor at Tolarian Community College, and then you have Spice-Eyed Rack, which is like the politics professor or something, and then which is like the young alternative professor that it's like pro unions, and then you have Sam from Ristic Studies, which is the art professor, and then you have Pleasant Kenobi. I think Pleasant Kenobi will be he will be the English professor. Because of all the fucking courses. He's like, no, but Pleasant Kenobi, I'm 50-50. He could be the gym teacher, you know what I mean? Like the gym professor or something, like the one that teaches you Quidditch. He has that energy, that Gordon Ramsay energy, which is crazy. But I guess making him the English professor is fun, even funnier because technically the professor is the English major, so that will be a lot funnier. Fanatic of Ronas. Okay, I can live with this. So, for example, all those guys, and there's a lot of other content creators that I know, and they are a lot of the heavy lifting on. Oh, nice signature on on why we play Magic the Gathering. I feel that a lot of times it's more about the community than it is about just, oh, this card is expensive and buying the next thing. But again, all this work, and we get spoilers. Like, for example, Modern Horizons 3 release. Oh, we already have a spoiler, like 3 days later or something. We already have a spoiler for Assassin's Creed. It's like, bro, let me enjoy the freaking cards. But again, there is no point. Why? Because if you are in the machine, the march of the machine, you already know all the cards in Modern Horizons 3 because you saw the spoilers and you saw the list, right? Because you want to just buy the singles or you just want to buy the product or whatever it is. So you already know everything. So even if you buy the boosters and you want to appreciate the art and all that, you just know everything because you're just like, okay, oh, this card is this card is that, this card is this card is that. Like, there is no enjoying the process anymore. The art. Ooh, Ugin's Labyrinth, let's go. Land, imprint. When Ugin's Labyrinth enters the battlefield, you may exile a colorless card with mana value 7 or greater from your hand. If you tap it, it gives you 1 colorless. If a card is exiled with Ugin's Labyrinth, you add 2 colorless instead. You can tap it to return the exiled card to its owner's hand, which is very good. Spawn Gang Commander, an Eldrazi Goblin, and Eldrazi Spawn is also an energy reserve. And last booster. So I don't know, sometimes with Magic, I'm starting, I'm feeling the burnouts, buying all the things, you don't need to, again, quoting Wizards, right? You don't need to buy everything. Like, yes, Wizards, I know. But if you want to, if you love the game, you want to be on top of the game, you want to know the new cards, just because you like Magic to play it or to see the art, etc., you are going to be exposed. And that exposure, even if you're not buying the stuff, because you can just proxy everything or just play online on a deck builder or on Cockatrice or something. So it that heralds the end. I love it, but with that name, it should be a legendary creature. It should be like a thing and not just one of many things. It's just mentally just taxing, I guess, to be on top of, Jet Medallion, let's go. Black spells you cast costs 1 less to cast, and it costs 2, so great. And a Wheel of Potential, cool. You get 3 energy, then you may pay X energy. Each player may exile their hand and draw X card. If X is 7 or more, you may play cards you own, exile this way until the end of your next turn, which is crazy. Ooh, another one, let's go. Primal Prayers. Another energy play. When it enters the battlefield, you get double energy. You may cast creature spells with mana value 3 or less by paying energy rather than paying the mana cost. If a skull space is way, you may cast it as though it had flash. Another one, well, okay, this is the booster. And this one is in foil. Warren Soul Trader, whose art, I have to say, is very old school Magic. Pay 1 life, sacrifice another creature, create a treasure token. Okay, not bad. A double foil? Double rainbow? Double rainbow all the way across the sky. A Phyrexian Worm that, I have to say, I don't think anyone at Wizards double checked this image, because you know what I mean, right? You know what I mean, right? You know. So, it's a Phyrexian Worm. Crazy, guys. So that's it. Those are the pools. I think those are pretty decent pools for a bundle. Now, as usual, is it worth it to buy the bundle? Which is, just watch the professor's video is always better. But well, all of the bundles are the same at this point, right? Like, you get these things, I guess, if you really like Ajani. If you really, which that thing really smells bad. God damn it. Like, if you really like Ajani, this is the Ajani box, people. So there is that. And it's not visually ugly. Like, I like the colors and everything, but it's just, it's not really resonating with me. It feels too generic. It feels too Pokemon TCG done by Ultra Pro, you know what I mean? Like PNG there. Again, no shame to the artist. I love the art of Ajani. I just don't like the thing. But it is what it is. Now, besides that, you get 9 boosters, which is okay. You get a bunch of lands, which, those are pretty lands. So it's up to personal preference. And you get this die, which, depending on opinion, is either one of the coolest dies or one of the shittiest ones. Because it's dark green, and when light hits it, as you saw, it gets funnier. So it's kind of an interesting die. Depends on your lighting setup. So again, if you can get this for more or less the price of 9 boosters, I think it's worth it. Because, you know, and how much do 9 boosters cost? Well, that's a theory. A game, I don't know, that's a bet, really, because since there is no PvP anymore, or MSRP, or whatever you call it in your country, it's whatever's price, right? So, and since it's whatever's price, right? So it can be anything. So look at how much is a booster in your area, multiply by 9, and see that cost. If the bundle is more or less that, is maybe can be worth it because you get the box, which, you know, it's just, you don't have the cup anymore, but you get the box, you get the die, and that's it, really. And well, and you get a bunch of lands, you know, and yeah, no one cares about the lands, but the full, you know, the full arts are very nice. Like, again, up to personal preference. Maybe you don't like them. These ones are cool as well, but this is the new Magic the Gathering era problem, which is I like these a lot, and I like the simplicity in design of like, oh, nice art, symbol. You don't need to know more. Like, this is a mountain. You don't need to know anything else. But from a visual perspective, ooh, mountain pretty, drawing pretty. So I prefer these, of course. So yeah, these ones are amazing. And these ones are beautiful. Like, I don't want to shame any of these artists. I think these are if not more beautiful than the others. But, you know, they are smaller square. So it is what it is, or smaller rectangle or whatever. So yeah, that's it. Maybe it's worth it. It depends on how much you want this die and the box. I think that's my thing. But try to keep it on the price if you want to open boosters for fun, or if it's like a present for someone. Also, you get the promo card, but yeah, the promo is somewhere. So if not, don't forget the golden rule. Just buy the singles. Like, if you want a specific card, for example, if you want Ugin's Labyrinth, because that's one of the hot items, I guess, you're not going to pull it the same way I pulled it. It's lucky. It's all about luck. So if that's the case, my friend, just, you know, just buy the single. It's going to be cheaper than even buying this, I think. So it is what it is. With that being said, don't forget to like, subscribe, and all those cool things that the cool kids do. And I will see you next time on PAX and Recreation. Bye.